Happy Monday, family. Today we're stepping into a conversation that every Black household needs before a single deposit is paid or a single decision is made. Because colleges will send you awards letters that look simple, sound generous, and feel like a blessing. But buried inside those letters are the real numbers, the real commitments, and the real traps that can shape your child's future for years. And too many of our families are making life changing decisions based on incomplete information. So today we're pulling back the curtain. This is episode 1, How to Read an Awards Letter and Spot Hidden Costs. I'm Kris Coleman, your guide, your partner, and your sister girl in the struggle. And I'm so glad you stepped into the room with me because during our time together, we're going to talk about the things colleges don't explain. We're going to decode the language they use. We're going to separate real money from fake money. And we're going to make sure you understand the true cost of attendance, not the pretty version on the brochure. I'm walking right beside you, family. We can do this. We will do this. Let's get started.
Yeah, the journey starts right here, right now. Let's go. Building futures, watching knowledge grow. With Kris Coleman, your guide. A Fulbright scholar, JD, MBA, and Masters of History. Welcome to the Black Family College Guide. Real-time wisdom side by side. Your roadmap to success with knowledge inside.
From Reconstruction to redlining to the modern financial aid office, our people have always had to read what wasn't written. We've always had to listen for the quiet part, the part they don't say out loud, the part tucked between the lines. Because the truth is, the system we've had to navigate were never designed with our clarity in mind. They were designed to keep us grateful, not informed, hopeful, not prepared, present, not protected. And when you open a financial aid letter today, you're stepping into the same lineage of decoding, the same lineage of protecting your family's future, the same lineage of saying, let me slow this down and see what's really going on here. Because award letters, they look friendly. They look official. They look like a celebration. They come with the school's colors and the logo and the congratulations. They feel like a moment you should frame. But beneath all that, beneath the excitement and the pride and the relief, there's a truth you deserve to know. Award letters are not designed to be clear. They are designed to persuade. And that's why we're here today. Not to take away your child's excitement, not to dim the joy of getting into college, but to make sure you, as a family, understand the real cost of that acceptance, the real cost of that dream, the real cost of that decision. Because you cannot protect what you cannot see, and you cannot plan for what you do not understand. So let's take a breath. Let's sit together in this moment and let's talk about what's actually in that letter. When you strip away the formatting, the colors, the categories, the fancy language, every award letter is trying to tell you 4 things. How much the school costs, how much free money they're giving, how much loan money they're offering, and how much they expect your family to pay. But the trick, the part they hope you don't notice, is that they highlight the money they are giving and hide the money you owe. Some schools put loans under awards. Some tuck Parent Plus loans into the package like they're doing you a favor. Some list work study as if it's guaranteed money. Some don't list the full cost of attendance at all. And some make the letter look so generous that you don't realize the generosity ends after the first year. So let's slow this down. Let's walk through this like family, because that's what this moment requires. Not panic, not pressure, not confusion, just clarity. The first thing you need to know is this: the cost of attendance is the truth, not the scholarship amount, not the loan amount, not the total award. The cost of attendance. Tuition, fees, housing, meals, books, transportation, personal expenses. That number is foundation. Everything else is built on top of it. And if the award letter doesn't list it, it's not an accident. That's a strategy. Because if you don't see the full cost, you can't see the gap. And the gap is where families get hurt. The gap is the difference between what the school costs and what they're offering. And that number, that quiet number, is the one that determines whether your child can stay at that school for 4 years, not 1 year, 4. Because let me tell you something our elders always knew. It's not the first year that breaks you. It's the years after, when the discounts disappear, the aid shrinks, and the bills grow. Some schools give what we call a first year discount. They make the first year look affordable, so you'll say yes. And then once your child is there, once they've made friends, once they've joined clubs, once they've built a life, they reduce the aid. And now you're stuck choosing between debt you can't afford or pulling your child out of a place they've grown attached to. That's why we read the letter with clear eyes. That's why we ask the questions. That's why we don't let excitement rush us into decisions that will follow our children into adulthood. And then there's the Parent Plus loan, the quiet trap, the loan they make look like help, the loan they tuck into the package like it's a gift. But it's not a gift, it's debt. Debt in the parent's name. Debt with interest, debt that can follow you into retirement. If an award letter lists a Parent Plus loan as part of the aid, this is a red flag. This is the moment you pause. This is the moment you say, let me look again. And then there's work study. Work study is not guaranteed. It's not money you can use to pay the bills. It's a job your child has to apply for, get hired for, and work hours for. And the money comes in a paycheck, not as a credit to the bill. So if the school is counting work study as part of the package that covers the cost, that's another red flag. And then there's fees, the quiet fees, the ones that don't show up until later. Technology fees, lab fees, studio fees, course fees, orientation fees, housing deposits, meal plan upgrades, books, supplies, transportation. They can add thousands of dollars a year, and most award letters don't list them. So when you're reading that letter, you're not just reading what's printed, you're reading what's missing. And I want to say something here that matters deeply for Black families. Our people have always had to navigate systems that weren't built for our clarity or protection. We've always had to be the ones who double check, who ask extra questions, who read the fine print, who protect the next generation from harm disguised as opportunity. This moment is no different. And I know, because I've sat with families through this, that sometimes your child doesn't want to hear it. They're excited. They're proud. They're imagining themselves on that campus. They're imagining the dorm, the friends, the classes, the life. And when you start talking about gaps and loans and hidden costs, they may feel like you're taking away something. But you're not. You're giving them something. You're giving them truth. You're giving them stability. You're giving them a future that isn't weighed down by debt they didn't understand. So when you talk to your child, try grounding the conversation in love. Try saying, we're not saying no. We're saying, let's understand the truth. Try saying, your dreams matter, and so does your future stability. Try saying, we're making this decision together with clarity. Because this is not about shutting down dreams. This is about making sure the dream doesn't turn into a burden. And once you understand the real cost, once you see the gap clearly, you can compare schools honestly, not based on emotion, not based on prestige, not based on the size of the scholarship, but based on sustainability. Because the real question is not, can we afford this for 1 year? The real question is, can we afford this for 4 years? And when you answer that question with clarity, you are protecting your child's future. You are protecting your family's stability. You are honoring the lineage of people who taught us to read between the lines. And you are making a decision rooted in truth, not confusion. Our midweek blog will walk you through a full award letter comparison worksheet, including a downloadable template you can use to calculate the real cost of each school. You can look for that on Wednesday. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I hope something you heard settled in your spirit and gave you exactly what you needed for this moment in the journey. Come back next Monday. I'll be right here, ready to continue the real conversation with you. Bye, y'all.
Yeah, the journey starts right here, right now. Let's go. Building futures, watching all the dreams grow. Check out the blog, new drops every Wednesday. Back next time, don't miss a single day.